Hi, my name is Tara Jacobson, and I'm going to lead you through a Vinyasa flow yoga class. So we'll go ahead and get started. All you need is a mat. If you have yoga blocks, that's great. If you don't, you can do the practice without yoga blocks. So we're going to start off in child's pose. In child's pose, you have your knees down. They can be together, or I like to do them wider apart with the toes touching. I'm just recovering from ACL surgery, so I can't bend my right knee all the way. So I'm just going to stick that one out. You may not even see it. And you're going to bend back, bringing this bottom to your heels, stretching those arms out. If you need a little support, if you have a block, you can always put this right under your forehead. And as we relax back into our child's pose, this is our moment to sort of center into our practice. Taking a nice deep cleansing breath. Just drawing within, focusing on the inhale and the exhale of the breath, maybe the coolness as you breathe in, and the warmth of your breath as you exhale through your nose. Just allowing that breathing to be natural, the ebb and flow. See if you can allow any tension to just melt away from those muscles, smoothing over the facial muscles, relaxing your jaw. And then drawing a little bit deeper within with 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale for 3. Inhale, exhale 2. Last one. On your next inhalation, with a little bit more vigor, we're going to go ahead and come on up onto all fours. As you do that, you're going to plant those hands directly below the shoulders and draw those knees under your hips. Your knees are about hip distance apart, so pretty close together. You're going to press through those fingertips. As you inhale, pull that belly button in. Exhale as you press through the hands, rounding out your shoulders, rounding out your back, and then finally tucking your tailbone in as your chin comes towards your chest into cat. And then inhale, expanding out. On this one, we're going to lengthen the spine, look straight ahead along the horizon. Exhale back into your cat. And inhale into cow. And once again, exhale into cat. And inhale into cow. Coming back more into neutral position with that back, we're going to extend out our right arm, lifting up to the ceiling, to the sky. And then taking that hand, and you're going to thread it through that open space. Keep moving until that shoulder comes down to the mat or to the floor. And this opposite arm can go wherever it feels comfortable. Hold that for 1 breath. And when you're ready for your next inhalation, go ahead and come back up to all fours. As we exhale, you're going to curl those toes under. Lift up those knees just a couple inches off your mat, engaging those abs, pressing, hollowing out that chest, smooth upper back so you're not sagging in those shoulder blades. Hold that for a breath. And relaxing, exhale, come down. Uncurl those toes, we'll switch to the other side. We're lifting our left arm up now. Opening up, pressing through that standing hand. Exhale, threading through that open space as that shoulder meets your mat. And we're going to hold that for 1 breath. And when you're ready for your next inhalation, go ahead and come on up. All fours position, curling those toes under. Exhale, lifting those knees up just a couple inches. Pressing through those standing hands, strong core. One more breath. And then exhale, let's release. I'm going to take that right leg back behind you, curling the toes under so they're connecting with the floor of your mat. You're going to press that heel back as you push your thigh up towards the ceiling. Be a nice stretch in that calf muscle. If you don't feel it in your calf, just slide your toes forward a little bit and then push back once again. And then bringing that leg in, we'll switch to the opposite side. Left leg extends back, curling the toes under. You're going to press that heel back as that heel, or excuse me, as your hamstring lifts up to the sky or to the ceiling. Again, if you don't feel the stretch in the back of your calf muscle, just slide those toes forward and press back. Okay, bringing that knee in, we're going to step your right foot forward up between your hands. One hand on each side. Now, if you have blocks and you need to extend your reach here, I'm going to show you what that looks like. You can put them on either side of that leg. If you don't need them, you just move them to the side. Once you're here, you want that front knee right above the ankle, and you're going to lower those hips down towards your mat. Feel that nice openness and stretch through the hip flexor, your psoas. Once you feel comfortable here, you're going to place that left hand on the inside, keeping that knee tucked in nice and tight toward the body. You're going to reach up and gentle twist to your right. Exhale, coming down. We're going to shift our weight back into half monkey or half split. So you're going to shift your weight back, try to straighten out that front leg as much as it feels comfortable. You're going to draw your belly and your chest and your nose down towards your knee. It's a nice stretch for the hamstrings. You'll feel that right up the back of that thigh. Wanting to check in, make sure those hips are even with each other. You might have to lower that right hip down. And then shifting that weight forward. We're going to curl the back toe under, lifting that thigh up, nice strong back leg. So squeeze those muscles into the bones, send energy to the back heel. Left hand once again plants on the inside, gentle twist to the right. And then bringing that hand down, we're going to lift all the way up into a higher lunge position. As you do that, go ahead and keep those hips forward like headlights. That back heel is lifted. We're going to come up with cactus arms. So those palms will be facing forward with bent arms, expanding through the belly and the chest, sort of a small arch in the back, looking straight forward. And then exhale, come down. You're going to step that back foot forward. And as you do that, the foot's going to place down at 10 or 11 o'clock angle. So once you do that, you might have to bring your stance in just a little bit. This is nose to knee pyramid. This is another one. If you're struggling to reach the mat here and your hamstrings are really tight, you can always use some blocks. You could exchange, if you don't have blocks at home, maybe you can take a couple of boxes from your cabinet. Thinking like Wheat Thins or Triscuit boxes might be adequate. And once you're there, you're going to bring that chest toward your thigh, nose towards your knee, and try to even out those hips. Front toes are straight forward to the top of your mat, back foot still at 10 or 11 o'clock. Okay, stepping that back foot to meet the front, we're going into Uttanasana, forward fold. Once you're here, soft knees. Breathe. Stepping back into plank position. Nice strong plank. Curling those toes under, drawing the hips down. I'm going to press into those hands, hollowing out that chest a bit. So we are kind of pressing up through our upper back. So you're not sagging in those shoulder blades. Or gaze is straight down between those fingertips. Belly button in. I slightly tuck my tailbone, allows my really feel that engagement with my core. And then we're going to exhale into downward facing dog. Ears come between the upper arms, heels draw to your back of your mat. Send energy through those fingertips so it's not all back at your wrist. Try to lengthen out your spine. Tailbone goes back and up. Hold that for a couple breaths. And then on your next exhalation, go ahead and draw those knees back down to your mat. Okay, we're gonna step up with our left foot this time. Again, on this one, you're going to make sure that your front knee is right above that ankle, your toes are facing forward. You're gonna draw those hips down towards your mat. Right hand is going to plant on the inside, hugging that knee close to your body. We're going to open up, gentle twist. Pressing through that standing hand. And then bringing that hand down. And as you exhale, you're going to slide those hips back into half split or half monkey. So walk those hands back. This is another one you might want to use the blocks to extend your reach. Draw your chest down toward your thigh, nose toward the knee. Hips are even with each other, so you might need to draw that left hip down a little bit. And then shifting that weight forward, we're going to curl that back toe under. Again, you're gonna excuse my back leg. I'm still recovering from my surgery, so it's not as, the mobility on it's not quite there yet. Right hand's gonna come on the inside, gentle twist to our left. Nice strong back leg. So energy through that back heel, squeeze the muscles into the bones, and push that thigh up toward the ceiling. And then bringing that hand down, I'm going to go ahead and come up with this. Lifting those arms up, bringing it to cactus arms, so palms facing forward, elbows bent, expanding through your belly and your chest, looking straight along the horizons. Hips are straight forward like headlights. Then exhale, bringing those hands down. I'm going to step that back foot in. Remember, placing it 10, 11 o'clock, front toes are straight forward, hands on each side, and then draw that chest towards your thigh, nose toward the knee. Hips are square. On this one, if your stance is too wide, you can bring that back foot in just a smidge, make it more comfortable for yourself. Inhale, step the back foot to meet the front foot. And exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Here, try to shake your head yes and no. Make sure you're not holding that neck up. You have soft knees here. Try to open up that lower back a little bit more. And then stepping both feet back into plank for your inhale. Exhale into downward facing dog. And hold this for a couple breaths. Okay, gently bring those knees down. We're going to come up on our knees just for a little bit of a counter position. I'm going to come on up. You're going to take those hands like you're tucking them in your back pockets. So just slide those fingertips down. You're going to press the heel of your hand into your sacrum. And you're going to start by, I try to draw and push my thighs forward first. Then I push my hips, pull in the belly button, then start to expand through the rib cage and through the chest, looking straight up as I draw my elbows back toward each other. This is just a gentle kneeling back bend. Then exhale, we're going to walk those hands forward. We're going to go back into downward facing dog. From here, if you'd like to do three-legged dog, that's going to be your option. If not, you can hold into regular down dog. Bringing that right leg up first. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest as you move more into a plank position. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bringing that knee to the outside, the right elbow. Inhale, back up. And then exhale, bringing that knee across the body to the opposite elbow, your left elbow. And come back up. Exhale, bring it back down to your downward facing dog. And left leg comes up. Exhale, bring that knee to the chest as you move more to a plank position, shoulders right above the wrist, pull that belly button in. Inhale, back up. Knee comes to the outside elbow, your left elbow. Inhale, back up. And knee comes across the body to the opposite elbow. And inhale, back up. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale into low push-up. Option here to draw to your knees for this. I like to take my time in this one so we have a really strong core. We don't just fall down into the mat. We're going to lower ourselves down, stop those elbows right at the rib cage and hold. This is intense. Inhale, expand through, draw the hips down, expanding through the belly, shoulders move, tuck back behind your back, look straight along the horizon. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Inhale into plank or modified plank, your choice on your knees. Exhale, taking your time with that low push-up, pausing with those elbows right outside that rib cage. Inhale, connect those hips, expand through your chest. Cobra. Lengthen your spine in cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Do that one more time. Inhale into plank or modified plank. Nice strong core here. Pull that belly button in as you lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knee slightly. Exhale, walking those feet towards your hands. We're going to come to the middle of our mat. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. So we're going to plant those hands right on our shins. We're going to lengthen our spine, nice neutral position. Exhale, fold. Inhale, draw those hips back. We're moving into chair, Utkatasana. Inhale, lengthen through that spine, open up the chest. So pull those shoulder blades back. Sometimes we have a tendency to round out right here. So we're going to open up and then pressing through those heels. Up and out, moving into mountain position. So as we do mountain position, you're going to be in the middle of your mat with your mat still horizontal like this. If you have blocks, we're going to do half moon balance pose. So if you wanted to put a block on each end, you can. If you don't use blocks, you can just put your hand on your mat or on the floor, and that's fine too. So here we are in the center of our mat. We're putting our palms forward. Pada Bandha. We're going to connect the heel in right under the pinky toe and the ball of the foot. So that's 3 points on the foot on each side. Go ahead and connect those in. Pulling that belly button in, chest open, palms forward. This is Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into chair. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold, pushing that bottom back, lead with your heart center, nice, neutral, flat back as you come down as long as you can keep it, and then rounding out, soft knees. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sitting back into your chair position, bringing the hands to the heart. Exhale, pressing to the heels, up and out. Inhale, we're going to step out into 5-pointed star. So your toes are going to point to the corners of your mat with a nice wide stance. Inhale, you're going to bring your arms up. Exhale into Utkatasana, which is goddess. In your goddess pose, you're just going to track those kneecaps, same direction as your toes, drawing those hips down. You can have your palms forward, or you can do chin mudra, which is the thumb and the pointer finger touching together. Inhale, lifting back up into 5-pointed star. Exhale into goddess. Inhale, back up. Exhale into goddess. Inhale up. Exhale into goddess. Check those knees, same direction as the toes. Nice wide stance. Try to go a little bit lower. Inhale into 5-pointed star. Last one, exhale into goddess. Okay, this time when we inhale, we're going to extend out those arms in a T position, and we're going to turn our left foot in. So as you turn that left foot in to about 10 or 11 o'clock, then you're going to point the toes on the right foot straight to the end of your mat. From here, we're going to reach forward, and we're going to rotate in a triangle. So once we rotated into triangle, you can use your block to rest your hand on. You can just hold it out here, or you can rest it on your ankle. What I wouldn't advise is pushing down against that shin where you're hyperextending that knee joint. From here, we're going to lengthen up. Our gaze can be straight forward, neutral position with the neck, or you can look up toward that hand. Okay, bringing that hand down, we're going to nose to knee pyramid. As you do that, you might need to shorten up your stance, so pulling that back foot in a little bit. And I try to change the angle of my foot. Instead of like 10 o'clock, I move definitely more towards 11 o'clock on that back foot. Here's our preparation for a half moon. So bending both those knees. You're going to reach that right hand out in front of you. You can use that block if you'd like. We're going to lift up into half moon. So here, I like to keep my gaze down, especially if you're new to this. That'll help with your balance. I'm going to keep that back leg nice and straight, squeezing those muscles into the bones, flexing that foot so your toes are pointing straight forward. And that upper arm is straight up from the shoulder. Now, keeping that gaze down will help with your balance. If you're pretty good right here, you could start to look straight forward as that final ending head position. And then coming back down, nose to knee pyramid. Let's walk those hands forward, tucking those toes slightly into the outside edges of your feet or parallel with your mat. This is wide leg forward fold. See if you can even out your weight on the right and left side. Okay, planting that left hand right there on the center. If you have a block and you want to extend your reach, you can. We're going to gently twist over to our right side. And switching hands, down on the inside, right in the center, and open. Okay, bringing that hand down. I'm going to go ahead and toe heel, bring those legs in. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sitting back into chair. Exhale, pressing through those heels up and out. Back to your mountain pose, Tadasana. You can refresh your feet here. We'll get ready to do everything on the opposite side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into chair. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold, leading with that heart center, pushing the bottom back, nice flat back, and then rounding, coming down, soft knees. Inhale, half lift, neutral spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sitting back in a chair. Exhale, pressing up and out. On your next inhalation, go ahead and walk those feet out, toes pointing to the corners. Lifting those arms up into 5-pointed star. Exhale into Utkatasana, goddess. Belly buttons in. Nice strong legs, kneecap same direction as the toes. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back down. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, last one. Okay, on this next one, when you inhale, you're going to extend out those arms, turning now that right foot in, and the left foot points to the end of your mat. Getting ready for triangle. You're going to reach forward, engaging those abs, then rotating those arms. And again, you can put your hand on the ground, on a block, on your ankle, or you can hold your body weight up here. And then on this one, that back foot's definitely turned in, so you don't have a lot of pressure on the hip. Extend that arm straight up to the sky. Neutral position with your neck here, or you can look up towards that hand. Okay, bringing that hand down. We're in nose to knee pyramid. Your back foot now is going to draw in just a little bit more. And then preparing for half moon. So you're going to reach forward on that block or on the floor, whatever works for you. When you're ready, you're going to lift that back leg up. Remember, strong leg, squeeze those muscles into the bone, flexing that foot. Your gaze can be down, the arm is straight up from the shoulder. This one's a little tricky for me with that standing leg. Gaining my balance back. Okay, drawing that leg back down to that nose to knee pyramid, and then walking those hands forward into that wide leg forward fold. From here, right hand goes right in the middle. Gentle twist to your left. On this one, we have a tendency to kind of pop that hip to that side we're turning, so try to keep those hips pretty square. And then bringing that hand down, just switch right in the center, gentle twist to the opposite side. And bringing that hand down, we're going to toe heel, walk those feet in, back to your Uttanasana, forward fold, inhale, half lift. Lengthen out that spine, chest open. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sitting into chair. Exhale, pressing up and out. Tadasana, mountain. Or we do that one more time on each side. We're just going to do one of those sets of that 5-pointed star and the goddess. We'll move a little bit more quickly. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, into chair. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold, leading with that heart. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sitting into chair. Chest is open. Exhale, pressing out. Okay, stepping those toes, pointing those toes to the corner of your mat. Nice wide stance. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale in the goddess. Inhale, extending those arms out in T position, turning that left foot in, right toes to the end of the mat. We're going to reach and rotate into triangle. Exhale into nose to knee pyramid. Inhale, prepping for your half moon. Exhale, lifting up into half moon. And we're just going to hold that for a breath. And when you're ready for your exhale, go ahead and come on down, walk those hands forward, toes come in, so the outside edges are even, parallel with the ends of your mat. Planting that left hand down right in the middle, gentle twist to your right. And then inhale, back down. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Inhale, back down. Exhale, toe heel. Coming back to that forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sitting into chair. Exhale, pressing up to those heels and out. Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Utkatasana. Exhale, lifting up and open. Okay, inhale, walking those feet out, 5-pointed star. Exhale in the goddess. Inhale, preparing for triangle, turning those toes, reaching out to the ends of the room. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, hold. Exhale, nose to knee pyramid. Inhale, preparing for that half moon. Exhale, lifting up. We'll hold that for one more breath. And then coming down, exhale, walking to those, to the center into that wide leg forward fold. And then planting that right hand down right on the middle. Exhale, open to the side. Inhale, switch. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, bring that hand down. Exhale, heel toe, come on in, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, nice length in that spine. Neutral position, exhale, back to your fold. Inhale, sitting into chair. Exhale, pressing up and out. All right, from here, we're going to do a simple balance pose. We're going to do tree pose. I'll give you some options with tree. Down your balance. You can start here with the heel down right by the ankle. That's sort of that level 1 tree with the hands in Anjali Mudra. You can slide it up to cup that calf muscle, or you can bring it above the knee joint. You just don't want to push that foot laterally on that knee joint. So above or below the knee joint's fine. That belly button in, if you have a focal point to look at, that's helpful for your balance. You have a strong standing leg, so use those muscles. This feels pretty comfortable right here. You can open up those arms. And then coming back to that Anjali Mudra and releasing your leg. Okay, let's shake those legs out a little bit and we'll switch to the opposite side. So this is my healing knee. So I don't know how high I'm going to go up, but I'll show you the modified version. Oh yeah, it's like about as high as I'm going to be able to go. Or you can bring it up above the knee. If you feel pretty good right here, go ahead and open up those arms. And then releasing that leg down, releasing those hands down, shake out those legs. All right, we're gonna move down to our mat now. We'll do a little bit of core work before we do our cool down. So come on down to your mat. We'll start with boat pose. I'll give you some options for that. Now, if you have a blanket, it's really nice for the tailbone on this one. So I prefer it, and you might be on carpet, so it might not be too bad. Okay, so for your boat pose, we're gonna start by pulling those knees in and grabbing your legs right behind the thighs, tucked in really nice and tight. Then you're gonna lengthen out those arms. Now right here, balancing on my bottom there, on the bottom part of my pelvis, you want your chest open so you're not rounding out. And this feels pretty good right here. Now, if you wanna go to the next level, you can unhook those hands. I'm gonna open those arms up like this. If If you feel any pulling on that low back and this feels better, go ahead and switch back to that original one. And if you want to go to the next level here, we're going to kind of row our boat. So pull those arms back and then open and then pull it back in and reach up, open and pull it back in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, open. Inhale, pull it back in. Back up, open, and pull it back in. One more. Yeah. Inhale up. Exhale, open. The wind's about to knock me over right here. And coming in. All right. Go ahead and bring those legs down. Hands behind the legs. And open up those knees, soles of the feet together, and then just reach through into that butterfly. Nice release for the back. Inhale, lengthen through that spine, bring the knees together. We're going to come on down to our backs and take your time with this. So bringing those arms out, we're going to start by kind of scooping in, tucking that tailbone under. We're going to go nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. Once you get back there, go ahead and extend those arms out above your head, extend your legs out, and just a nice deep breath. All right, next up we have eagle abs. So draw those feet up. You're going to cross your right leg over the left. Now in yoga, when you are familiar with, if you're familiar with yoga, in eagle, you wrap your foot. Not only do you cross like this, but you wrap your foot underneath that calf as well. If you can do that, you're welcome to do that, but it's not necessary for this. Just a little cross is fine. So hands behind your head. You're gonna pull those elbows back. Inhale as we prepare. Exhale, you're gonna bring those knees in and pull the shoulders up and back down. So eagle abs, pull it in and pull it back out. And a couple more. Okay, let's switch over to the opposite side. We're gonna switch, cross the other leg over, left leg over the right. And when you're ready, come on in. So lift those hips up a little bit as you're coming in, pull those shoulder blades up, really make it count. We're already here, we're doing it. One thing to be aware of, sometimes you want to pull those elbows forward, that'll help. So keep them back. That means we have to lift up the weight of our arms with our abdominal muscles. So it makes it a little bit more challenging. Hold them back. Nice neutral position with that neck. We'll do 4 more from here. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Let's go ahead and bring those legs up in tabletop. You're going to put the soles of the feet together and your knees are open like a butterfly. Hands together. You're going to reach through. 1, 2, 3. And as you extend, you're going to extend out those legs. And pull it in. 1, 2, 3. And extend. 1, 2, 3. Extend. 1, 2, 3. Extend. We'll do 4 more of these. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you start to feel your neck kind of strain out, just do a little bit of a tuck with that chin, or you can just put one hand behind your head for some support. You can kind of switch which hand you're using. 1, 2, 3. but now I've lost count. So I think maybe 2 more, maybe it was 1, but it's just 1 for good measure. Here we go. All right, knees come into the chest. Now I have 1 more exercise for those obliques before we go. And we're just gonna rock forward and back and make our way up to a seated position. And once you're there, you're going to roll onto your bottom, 1 cheek, so not on your hip, but roll back sort of at a diagonal so that you're on your glutes, or 1 cheek, 1 side. Your forearms down here in front, and then take that other hand and bring it back behind, extending out your legs. So they're pretty straight, just a slight bend. Go ahead and bring those knees in toward the chest and back out, and then lift the legs up and down. We'll try 6 more from here. 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, 1. Okay, moving over to the opposite side. Bring that forearm down, you're on that bottom, 1 cheek. This hand comes back behind. Extend out those legs and bringing those knees in, out, up, in, out, up. 6 more from here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And last one. Okay, that was good. Roll onto your back now. It's one of my favorite stretches. Bring those arms above your head, and you're going to walk your feet over to the left side, so left corner of your mat. And then you're laterally flexing your spine, so you're going to reach over with those hands to the left side. So you have a nice bend. You're creating this banana crescent moon shape. Once you're there, go ahead and lift your right ankle and cross it over the left, keeping both legs pretty straight. And once you're in there, you should feel that stretch through your waist and also into the lower back, into that QL, that quadratus lumborum muscle. It's a nice stretch for that. It's usually a tight spot for a lot of people. And just take 1 more breath here. Releasing that right ankle up. We'll just switch everything to the opposite side. So walk those feet way over to the right side. When you do this, just make sure that bottom stays connected. Sometimes once we go over to that side, that hip will lift up. So pull it back. Same thing with the shoulders. You're going to keep the back of the shoulders connected with the ground, reaching over to the right as much as you can, creating that banana crescent moon shape. Then left ankle crosses over the right. Nice straight leg. And just hold that for a few breaths. Releasing that ankle, left ankle off the right. Walk those feet back. Bring your hands by your side with your palms down. You're going to walk those heels up right underneath the knees. And it'll take me a little bit to get that right leg completely bent. It's getting there. And then pressing energy through your hands, opening up through your chest. Go ahead and engage those abs and lift those hips up. Once you do that, you might want to adjust those heels so they're right underneath the knees. Energy through the heels. Slight tuck of that tailbone. Remember to expand through the chest. Try to loosen your jaw and neck. For some reason in this one, that area can tighten up. You are welcome to hold this position. If you want to go to the next level, you can tuck those shoulders under and try to clasp those hands under your back. If that doesn't feel good in your shoulders, don't do it. Once you're here, you can expand a little bit more through the belly and the chest. those hips up toward the sky, to the ceiling. Energy through those heels. Check in, make sure those knees stayed right above the ankles and they didn't flow out to the side. Hold that for a couple more breaths. And then if you have those shoulders tucked, go ahead, untuck them, release those hands, and then we're going to drop down one vertebra at a time, starting with our upper back. All the way down, mid-back, lower back, lumbar region, sacrum, tailbone. All right, nice job. Bringing those knees in, we're moving to Happy Baby. Knees come in. You can take your first two fingers and tuck them between your big toe and your second toe, or you can grab the insides of those legs out as wide as it feels comfortable. Your heels are pointing straight up to the ceiling. You can rock your baby here. This is Happy Baby, or I call it Have a Baby. And then bringing those legs back into your chest. And one leg comes down at a time. All right, now the best part of yoga, Shavasana, corpse pose. Extend those legs out. Once you do that, see if you can let those legs just kind of fall open. If you need to put on a blanket or a sweatshirt or socks, now's the time to do that. Make yourself comfortable. Typically in corpse pose, you have your hands open to the side with your palms up. However, I like to put mine on my belly or my chest. So if that's more comfortable for you, you can do that. Once you're in a comfortable position for yourself, take a nice, deep, big cleansing breath. Just allowing yourself to melt into the floor. Do a scan starting at the top of your head. Check in with those facial muscles. See if you can smooth over your brow. Relax your jaw. Have some space between those teeth. Maybe putting the tongue behind the top back part of your front teeth. Relaxing your neck. Moving the shoulders away from the ears, opening up through the shoulder blades. And then moving on through your abs and your legs. See if you're holding those leg muscles up. You allow a little bit more release in the thighs and the calves. As you do that, just sense where your body is connecting with your mat or with the floor. Maybe just feeling the connection underneath those heels and your calves, and the upper back, your elbows, and behind your head. And then bringing your awareness back into your breath. Be focusing on the rise and fall of your belly or your chest as you inhale and exhale. And we're going to practice stream of consciousness, a type of meditation. Sometimes in meditation we're trying to quiet our thoughts, but in stream of consciousness we're allowing those thoughts to come up and pop up. And we become aware and present of those thoughts. And we see them or hear them pop up, and we just allow them to float by without judgment. Eckhart Tolle gave an example that I remember of your consciousness being like the sky and your thoughts are the clouds. So as you become aware of your consciousness, those thoughts that pop up and float by are just clouds in the sky, in your larger consciousness. As we start to bring our awareness back into the room, let's take 3 more breaths, counting down from 3. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 2 with a little bit more vigor. And last one. When you're ready, you can roll onto your side. And as you do that, just enjoy how you're feeling right now. Maybe you feel a little bit more calmer, peaceful, content, relaxed than when you started your practice. And the great part about meditation is you can do it anywhere. Anytime throughout the day, just bring your awareness to your breath. Inhale, exhale. Bring your awareness to the present moment. While you're chopping vegetables, while you're on hold on the phone, whatever you're doing, just bring it back to the present moment. Bring it back to your breath. Even if it's for 1 or 2 or 3 breaths. Okay, when you're ready, you can come on up to a seated position and we'll get ready to close out our practice. I hope you feel really good and you enjoyed it. Bringing those hands to our heart. This is Anjali Mudra. And then bringing up to the forehead. Namaste.